This is obviously the Political Spotlight. I am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. A couple weeks ago, we played the body cam video of the traffic stop that Henry County Sheriff John Sproles performed on Mr. Elvante Riddick. Okay. This was a really weird kind of a situation. It was a situation in which Mr. Riddick was driving a black Dodge Charger. The Charger did have unhooked police lights in it. So there were police lights in the Charger, but they were not hooked up. He was not running them. He was committing an infraction. He was on the road without a valid license plate, no or improper registration on the vehicle. That is an infraction in the state of Indiana. In order for him to be pulled over for that said infraction, a law enforcement officer must be in one of the following conditions. The law enforcement officer must be in a fully marked police vehicle, fully marked to where the casual observer can tell that it is a fully marked car, and he must be in full uniform, or he can be in an unmarked car and in full uniform, or he can be in a fully marked car and plain clothes. What an officer cannot do is an officer cannot be in plain clothes and in an unmarked car. There are a couple situations in which a traffic stop can be made by a law enforcement officer where, like, say, a detective or an off-duty cop makes a traffic stop. For example, if there's a situation just going on and the cop happens to be passing and he notices there's a shooting or something, the cop can stop, turn his lights on, get out and engage and do whatever. Obviously, if there's a safety, it's a safety protocol. If there is a traffic accident that results in serious bodily injury or death, anybody that can get the driver stopped can try to stop the vehicle. If there's a vehicle that goes around a school bus while the arm is out, they will even let an unmarked, undressed cop pull that car over because that is such a serious infraction. You cannot, however, make a traffic stop while in an unmarked car and in plain clothes. Well, Sheriff John Sproles of the Henry County Sheriff's Department is such a new officer, apparently, that he either does not know that, didn't remember that, something like that. I'm not really sure what exactly occurred there. But for whatever reason, he did make a traffic stop while he was in an unmarked car and in a basketball shorts and t-shirt. So I mean, there's no question. We've watched the body camera footage. It's clear as day. That's what happened. I'm trying to get this up on screen here so you can see it just briefly before we go on to the next news here. All right, here we are. This is called "What in the Illegal Traffic Stop is Going On Here?" All right, here's what it looks like. After, all right, we see that the marked car, all right, is getting out here. Look, he walks past Sproles' car. This is Sproles' car right here. All right, watch. Sproles' car is unmarked. We can clearly see it. And as he's walking up here, we see not only did Sproles not wait for the uniformed officer to get there to make contact, because if Sproles was going for whatever reason to stop this kid, to light this kid up, Sproles should have stayed his ass in the car, let the uniformed officer get there, and let the uniformed officer make contact with the driver. that might have been permissible. But that is not what happened. As we see on the body cam footage, not only is Sproles already stopped the vehicle, Sproles is out of his vehicle. He's at the window. He's already got the kid's driver's license information, and he's got the guy out of the car. All right? So he walks up. He's already got the guy out. He's pushing him. Obviously, the person of color here is the suspect. In this situation is the citizen, is the violated citizen, and the man that's just very bizarre here in basketball shorts, the cop cut, and the t-shirt that's 2 sizes too small. He's the sheriff of Henry County. Okay, I want you guys to hear something. What we're getting ready to hear is the dispatch traffic that happened throughout the entire situation. So from the time Sproles noticed this Charger was driving down the road and got in behind it, we're going to hear Sproles get on the radio and ask for units. What he's asking for is his units. Dispatch is going to tell him your units are all busy. He's then going to ask for a city unit. City unit gets on and says, yes, sir, I'm, blah, 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 blah. Sheriff says, I'm behind this Charger, da-da-da-da, here, he's like, I'm going to wait on you. Sheriff goes ahead and says, hey, I'm lighting this guy up. I'm going to wait on you to get here. We see what he tells dispatch is not what actually happens. So we're going to hear the entirety of the stop here. Okay. It's going to be kind of hard to hear just because they talk fast. And I know they're going to use codes and stuff, and I will work you through. I will work you through all of the codes and everything. So let's do this here. All right. All right. Here we go.
Unit south on 3 near Taco Bell. 1-8, I think all the county units are 10-6 on calls.
Okay. So there, the sheriff said, do we have any units close to 3? Dispatch comes on and says, or not dispatch, but Henry County 33-8, a sheriff's deputy, says 1-8. I think all of our people are tied up on calls.
Yeah, well, we have any city units. I'm behind that black unmarked Charger. All decked out. Police lights, has no plates on it at all.
10-4, do we have any city units? I'm behind a black Charger, unmarked police car, all decked out with lights, doesn't have any plates on it at all.
Chief on duty, sorry, your way, sir.
The city unit says, it talks really fast. 10-4, do you want me to start that way, sir?
If I'm southbound from Sproles Funeral Home now.
Oh, look! The sheriff is southbound from Sproles Funeral Home. What was he doing at Sproles Funeral Home? I thought he was eating ice cream in the hardware parking lot. But I guess he's been behind this kid for a minute. Okay, let's continue on.
I'm at 3 in Brown. I'll try and catch up to you.
We'll be stopped at the light here at Riley.
So they are at 3 and Riley. The traffic light has stopped them. So nothing has stopped. They're still in regular traffic. They've called a red light at State Road 3 and Riley. If you know where this is in Newcastle, you'll know where we are. Okay, they're at Riley Road. Now they go through the light.
Clear.
The city unit is quite a ways away still.
Coming up on south now. What's your location now, 23?
3 in Parkview.
So the sheriff asks the city unit, where are you at? He says 3 and Parkview. Parkview is right about right here. Okay. at the top of the screen, right at the top of the screen where my mouse is, right at the very top of the screen is about where Parkview is. All right. The sheriff is down here by where it says Walmart Supercenter. Here is 3 and County Road 300 South. Okay. So I know on the map this doesn't look like a big area, but he's over a couple of miles away. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not crazy, but driving through town, I mean, this is like city driving here. So he's in the grand scheme of things, he's a little bit away. There's a couple stoplights. At the time this was going on, there was road construction in the roadway. So there was a lot of stuff going on. The red pin up here is Parkview and 3. My cursor is where the traffic stop occurred.
Beautiful. I'll light him up here a second. We're stopped at 300 South now.
I'm going to light him up here. We're stopped at 300 South. Okay. So they're here at 300 South. That's where 300 South is, right here. And you can see from the video, they're in front of the Walmart Supercenter. They're a little bit past that, actually. They're about right here. Okay. He says, I'm going to stop him here. All right. Now, listen, because of his actions, he causes the other cop to engage his emergency lights, which to me is the worst thing possible, because now the other cop is running. The other cop is called running signal 10. He's now running in emergency mode. And if he hit somebody, if he hit a kid walking across the street, if he hit a car, the city is in so much more liability there. If a cop hits you, if the cop is driving fast without lights and sirens on and hits you, it's still bad for the city, but it's not nearly as bad. If a cop hits you while they're driving with lights and sirens on, it's really bad. Okay. Where did Sproles get the ice cream, and where was it during the stop? It's interesting. I don't know if he left it in there. If maybe he let Elvante have some on the way home. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird question. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know.
Last one, I'm going to be 727 Black Charger in front of Walmart.
The sheriff says I'm going to be signal 27 with a black Charger. That means a traffic stop.
33-1.
Dispatch got on there and said 33-1. He's now going to tell him the information.
23, you're close. I'll wait on you here. I'm not uniform.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding. We just heard there the sheriff knows he's not in uniform and he knows he shouldn't be doing this. He says 23, which must be the city unit number. If you're close, I'll wait here on you. I'm not in uniform. But as we see, the sheriff did not do that.
10-4, I'm going to hit my lights. I'll start your way.
10-4, I'm going to hit my lights. I'll start that way.
Hurry before the construction are at it.
I'm south of the light in front of Garden.
He's just telling him where he's at.
10-4.
The other cop's coming through construction. So not only is the cop running signal 10, lights and sirens, but now he's running signal 10 through construction.
I'm coming to construction barrels now. 223 out with 33-1. Dispatch 223.
223.
And you're hearing this stuff really close, talk, talk, talk. We're not hearing it in real time. They've chopped it up. So we're just hearing the calls one after another every time they keyed on. So we're not hearing this in real time. This is not going on. There was definite space between all of this.
Wait one more time to sort this out.
10-9.
Disregard for now. I'm trying to figure this out.
So the cop says, you can disregard others. Apparently, they were sending others. You can disregard others. We're trying to figure this out. So the city cop gets up there, and all he sees is the sheriff's got some kid out of the car, in plain clothes. Like, what's going on here? We're trying to figure this out.
10-4.
Dispatch, 613.
Go ahead.
Can you meet me on TAC 2 for 29 by Vin?
So now they're going to another channel so they can run the stuff.
23, go ahead.
It's going to be, it should come back to a Dodge Charger. The van will be 2 Boy, 3 King, Adam, 4, 3 George, X-ray.
So what the cop is doing now here is reading the VIN number to dispatch. He's going to try to see who the car comes back to.
8 Henry, 2 1 6 4 6 7.
Your VIN number is a 17-digit number that's placed many different places on the car. One of the places that cops look for it the most is either at the door or right up front in the dashboard.
Several.
I just want a 27, 29, please.
Now, the sheriff asks for a 2729, which is a driver's license check and a warrant check on Elvante Riddick.
10-4, stand by 1.
Hey, it's going to be tonight.
7.
Go ahead.
That's what was that for me?
33-1, go ahead.
No, there couldn't have been lights on the car. It was disengaged. There was no lights. The lights were, his lights were all cut. He could not. He did not engage lights.
Name Riddick, Riddick. First name Elvante, Elvante. Date of birth 10/8/96. Blackmail.
10-4, stand by.
Hey, can you start at 10:51 to 1 stop?
So they're asking for 1051, which is a tow truck.
10-4. 33-8, dispatch. 33-8, dispatch.
Good.
That's going to be for a charger.
Affirmative.
And do you guys need an incident started?
Yeah, just start information for now. We'll change it later if we need to.
Dispatch is clear. $33.8 dispatch.
Good.
Davis is en route.
Clear, thank you.
Tow truck driver's en route.
Battery.
Go ahead.
Can you send me the information on the VIN that was run by 23?
10-4, stand by.
Hey, that's been sent to your laptop.
1/8. TX me when you are at signal 48. Did I will here just a little bit. Dispatch 1, I'm going to be en route to splicing 1 mil.
33-1.
So he just asked the sheriff, the other county unit that shows up at the end. I'll take you through there and show you there. And all this traffic takes place over a 30-some minute call. They're out here. Basically, they're here. The sheriff says that he will take the kid to his house. They're getting ready to do that now here. And another county unit pulls up on scene. They're getting in the car. The other county unit pulls up on the scene right here. And he just called the sheriff and said, TX me, which is call me on the phone when you're not signal 48, which means when you have somebody else.
Hey, if you would just put a hold on that for proper registration. Is that Davis? Please.
The sheriff asked him to put a hold on it for registration.
Dispatch 1, I'll be 10, 8 and 23. You guys want to signal with me at Casey's there at Riley, please?
10-4 being
So now the sheriff has asked those 2 units to meet with him at Casey's. This is after he's dropped it all off, and that was the end. That was the end of it. So he asked them to meet, probably so they could powwow and get the stories together. And he's saying, this is what we're sick of. I don't like being ugly, but I like for my little robot, my little rodent teeth to show and look like I got veneers on. And I love showing my teeth, and I hate being ugly. And this is what I'm talking about, these badge factories and these black people driving these black cars. I don't like it. And that's what happens. So that's it. That's all there is to it. That's the call. Celebratory gas station pizza. That's right. So that's that, folks. I just wanted you guys to hear that. That kind of wraps that up. I asked for that. I literally asked for that 2 weeks before the Elvante Riddick interview. We should have had it before when I interviewed him, but they were dragging their feet for whatever reason. So we've got it. We've played it. There it is. What a ridiculous load of crap Sproles is. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for watching. Please share the show with everyone you know. Hit that like button. That would be very helpful. If you have not hit that subscribe button, please do so. From all of us here at The Political Spotlight, recorded deep inside House 57 at the Lighthouse Studio.